Hello everyone! I'm really excited to be taking on Clash of Demonhead in its original Famicom form, Dengeki Big Bang. I'll be working through the various points of dialogue throughout the game and translating it into English using my typical format of transcribing the original kana characters showing hiragana in white and katakana in green. This game doesn't use kanji characters as is typical in the older 8-bit games. The only real times we'll see kanji are when the text is in a bitmap image somewhere. In those rare cases, I'll show them in blue. While the game is essentially the same as the English localization, there are quite a few dialogue elements and character names that were changed. This game is riddled with jokes and references that don't work for Western audiences, so they were removed. This actually includes the ending credits, which were anonymized using fun nicknames. I'll try to point out those differences as we see them, one of them right here. This opening little introduction was very different in the English version, substantially shorter. So we're getting a lot more detail about what's going on here in the Japanese version than we ever got in the English. We had to do a significant amount more interpretation. So here we have from Chief Basselwine, which I don't think we ever had that name in the English version, has given us the breakdown. We have to stop the dead-end bomb from destroying the world. We have this group called the Lawbreakers that are out to get us. So vacation interrupted, Bang and Mary are going to separate, and we get the opening scene, so we can deploy, or micro-recorder is the password system for this game. This is our little world map. We're going to see this a lot. This, basically each level is one of those lines, and each node is a place where we can choose which path we're going to go down, but that's how we navigate. Quite a bit later in the game, we'll have the ability to teleport a bit, but let's move on and just see what we encounter. Here's a tough-looking guy. Knocks me right into the sky. So I'm already acknowledging he's a tough guy. Apparently, doesn't want me to find the headquarters. Doesn't think it'll be very useful for me just yet. And why is that? Apparently he's gonna head to the Picard Desert, where his headquarters are. You'll notice his name is not Guy-Cott, as it is in the English localization, and here it is Jesus. Apparently, that didn't seem like a name that would play well to the Western audiences, so they changed it. I'll just keep going, and that was it. Scene number 1, Route 1, all done. So as we move through the game, we're going to explore all these different routes and find the various governors that hold the medallions, the medals, and we're going to find various other things as we move forward. Water is always a little bit tough in this game because every time you jump and you go under it, you lose just this little bit of health. So unless you have one of the diving suits on, water will eventually take you out. Another interesting thing is the pits in this game are not generally death. You go down a pit, you fall down into this other scene, which usually just takes you back out of the route, makes you start over again. So in some cases you need to go down them, others will avoid it. Several of these routes have dead ends, like this one, Route 5. But this route is an important one because this is where we encounter the Super Shop for the first time. And once we have the shop, we can get these little shop call items and pull a shop to us anytime, but only once we've found it here first. This route also contains the gold mines, so we can go and stock up on gold, which doesn't do us any good yet. But eventually we'll be able to turn it in for money, and money, as with everything, is very important. You may have noticed as we're walking through here that the money is not little dollar symbols like it is in the English localization either. We're getting the Japanese yen symbol. Here we have a friendly fellow who's actually letting me know that I can sell gold on Route 22. So now I know where I have to go when I want to do stuff. Welcome to the Super Shop. So the first few times we visit, he's going to tell me something new as we get to know each other. There's only a few items available to buy right now. See, a bunch of them are blank, so they start to become more available as you visit the shop more. They're also quite expensive for me right now. If I want to visit the gold mine, though, I definitely have to have a dive suit, so that's going to be an important one. Not much else to do. He's letting me know if I want to sell stuff I'm not using. It'll cost me $2,000 of a restocking fee, I guess. Got a few things in stock now, and let's dive. Even with the dive suit, the air doesn't last that long, so I don't want to linger down here too much longer than I have to. Because if it runs out of air, my health is going to go down very quickly. And I still have to make it back. You always have the ability to pop over the map, and it's right beside the menu button, so of course I frequently push the wrong one. We'll get used to that little flicker. I'll also make a note right now, just in case. If you're looking for a speed run or something you've probably already figured out, I'm not the hotshot gamer or anything. I will be using editing to streamline the playthrough. If I make significant wrong turns or fail too many times at something, I will try to edit it down just to make the playthrough a little more fun to look at. Just try to make sure we catch all the key dialogue and that you can follow along if you want to play this game and not have to worry too much. But here's the gold mine down here. And the fun thing is you can leave the scene, come back, you can stock up as many times as you want. One funny little thing though is you can only sell your gold all at once, so if your money is getting maxed out, you probably can't really do much with the gold because you're going to lose all the money. As soon as your money hits max, the gold goes away anyway. You don't get to say, I want to sell 4 golds. I'm going to stock up on gold anyway. Just do it quickly here. Get a little less boring to watch. Plenty. Also nice that all these hearts are here, so I'm all prepared for my trek back through the water. I think you could just swim across the surface of the lake rather than have to go under, but I didn't make the rules. So I used more than half the air getting here, so I guess I'm probably gonna run out before I get to the end, which means I will be using some of this health. See, I'm already struggling a bit. Rise, rise, rise! Back to the shop. Didn't manage to get too much more money. Did have a lot of gold. Shop calls are important though, so you never want to run out of those. Otherwise you have to come all the way back here if you want to go to the shop. Who wants to do that? So the Ultra Food, that restores 1 bar of health. Not very generous. And then the Guts drink gives you, when that comes alive, it will give me the ability to add Guts. I don't have much use for Guts right now. Once I meet the Hermit, I can start using those special Guts abilities. A micro recorder allows me to get a password so I can see sort of, I guess that's like saving your progress, as long as you don't write it down wrong. These days, of course, you can just look up passwords. Back when I was playing this game, that was not an option. So this is the sell screen. Just giving me the option to buy some stuff back, but I do not need to sell anything just now. So I prefer to just have everything maxed out. You never know when these things are going to get useful. Alright, time to carry on. Notice a couple new things are available now, including the very expensive super suit. Can't afford that just now. Apples are also things to restore my guts reading that I mentioned. Can't do anything with it right now, but it is worth stocking up because when you get the Hermit, the only way you get new guts abilities is to have your guts total exceed certain amounts. And some of those abilities can be rather convenient. Alright, let's move on. Try out Route 11. Guys are always annoying, they kind of get you from everywhere. It's one of the bigger routes with a few different scenes to it. Not all routes are created equal. So up here, we are about to encounter the first of the Governor Layers. It is also, in my opinion, the toughest one of the Governor battles. Partly because he's just crazy, and partly because we don't have much health yet. You do actually get to increase your health bars eventually. Apparently his name is Gajar or something like that. Very, very tricky to time this just so to avoid those lower butts, but let's fill up my health again and keep trying. It's farther away, it's a little bit easier to make this work. But this is actually kind of handy, the little guard thing, because it gives me a few freebies on hits. Let's survive just a little bit longer than I might otherwise. And there it is. I did it. He's done. Got my first medal. Alright, in actuality, that probably took me about 30 tries, many visits to the shop, restocking my money, all that, so spared you that. But if anybody's wondering why the inventories and stuff didn't seem to match, that's why. Just in case you're eagle-eyed. But as we carry on, more things to see and do. A lot of these routes are just little places you have to go through, and not everything has something cool in it, but keep our eyes open, looking for any kind of opportunities. Another interesting note about the map, you'll see how there's a lot of little rivers and lakes and everything, so if your route happens to cross water, you will see water. If your route happens to be all the way through water, it's going to be mostly water. So that's something that it's pretty consistent about keeping track of. You'll also notice there's the two little places off to the upper right and left that are not connected. You have to get to those places through some devious means. But we'll get there everywhere. Oop, looks like Bang's got a sudden headache. Something's going on. Well, he's better now, but whatever that was has passed. You might be shocked to know that will come into play later, but it'll be quite a bit later before we figure out what that was all about. More of these bullets following me around. Alright, make my way, keep going. The fact that they explode for so long is kind of irritating. Sort of don't let you progress when you need to. It's another bit of a long scene. These rotating guys look very Space Invaders to me, but they are kind of hard to hit sometimes, and other times they just die immediately. Okay, Route 17, another dead end. We always know the dead end route is going to have something. This crouching and walking is kind of awkward. I think my controller might not be ideal, so it keeps sort of getting stuck. But once I get going, it goes. Appreciate the little heart here. Here's another thing that you were spared watching me deal with several times. These jumps are actually kind of tricky. Guys just suddenly change direction when you're not expecting it. Miss. It's always kind of annoying when the top of the screen, and it's like raw sky, but you still hit your head. Look at the little happy face. Guess they thought it was just too boring to have just solid bricks. Ooh, a fairy. How Legend of Zelda. Fascia the Fairy. The hermit's been captured by the monster Rowdon, or Rowdy. Who's the hermit? Who cares? I'm gonna go and open the door. These very curt discussions that happen in these games are pretty funny sometimes. So here it'll be easier just to fall down the hole and leave the level that way than trying to make my way back across all those platforms. So I think I'll just do that. And down we go. Ah! In the underworld. Making my way out. We are back at the node. Alright, so this is sort of following this other little path pretty much back to the beginning. We've got to go through a little bit of everything. Ooh, a message from his Nakama. Friends, companions. Girl that sends money. I guess maybe I've been working my way through too fast. I don't remember her sending money, but I guess you can't win everything. Lots of gold just hanging out on these floating platforms. Who doesn't love free gold? Don't love those things any more now than I did before. For whatever reason, if I miss them once, I can never get them. If I get them in the first shot, then they tend to go. Ooh. Sometimes taking a hit is your best option. Route 6. Basically just fall all the way back down here. And for some reason, in this game, statues are entrances to things. So, like, leave the level, whatever. See a statue? So this statue wouldn't have worked if I hadn't already talked to the fairy. Because that's the, air quotes, route that she opened up for us. Still jumping because I've got myself into a bit of a pickle without having a lot of life left. Okay, so now that was my warp zone. So I've actually now entered one of those areas on the map that are not connected. I like this heart position right here at the top of this, or below this cliff, so I can just go up and down, just keep getting it over and over and over again. After I get rid of this silly monkey. You're intruding on the hermit. Uh-oh. Absorbing his aura. That doesn't sound good. And it looks like Bang is not in the mood to take any guff. This guy is actually very easy to beat if you know what he's doing. He just doesn't like being shot in the feet. Paralyzes him right there, so it's too bad. As you notice with my health jumping, do it the first time, but we get there. Beja asked me! Nice way to introduce yourself. Apparently, the only way to leave the valley is with his little technique. The power that he grants us right now, he's calling Isunboshi. In the English localization, he just said he was granting us power of a hermit. Isunboshi is a Japanese folktale, kind of like Tom Thumb. Isun means literally one sun. The Japanese used to use that as a unit of measurement that's about 3 centimeters or just over an inch. The size of the sun appears to be in the sky. Boshi means monk, so it literally means a 3 centimeter tall monk. Look it up to learn more, but obviously the name of this power didn't make it into the North American release. Probably noticed on the hermit screen that there is room for 5 powers. We only have 1 for now. We can unlock more powers by increasing our guts level. I think the second power unlocks at 200 guts. In North America, the powers are just labeled with Roman numerals, and this power is referred to as micro power. It turned us into the Isunboshi and allowed us to walk under the platform and leave the valley. Unfortunately, in my opinion, there are not too many instances where this is super useful in the game, henceforth. Now we just get to make our way through this icy little cavern. And this will take us back to the main set of routes at the base of Demonhead. This is a tricky little spot. It is somewhat deathy, fatal to go down too far here. So you kind of gotta jump your way across. Oh, almost landed on that thing, but made it to the other side before I found the lava. You could wear a super suit and make it so the lava doesn't hurt you when you do that if you wanted. But that was not the approach I took, obviously. So I'm just gonna climb, climb, climb. With my yo-yo in the background. Here we go. Second hermit power is actually teleport, which becomes quite useful in these kind of instances. But I think it'll be a bit before I have that. This village seems to have been somewhat sacked by all these monsters. So we can actually enter up here. Ooh, found their little backyard. In our version, this guy just asked for help. This longer reference to Murube's village did not make the cut, but in both, he isn't really giving us anything essential since we've already met the hermit and are moving things along. Of course, Bang's still telling everybody about this secret society, or secret corps, or whatever we're calling it, that he belongs to, so he's not really got the best protocol for secret intelligence, I suppose. Continue on, dealing with more of these big ogre guys. Those little floater things we can actually blow up. Took me a couple times to make it across that, but tried to smooth it out for you a bit. And let's carry on, moving our way through these various routes. Somebody put a lot of work into building this ground into something fairly artificial looking. Maybe it's a rooftop of some kind, I guess. But here we have another governor's lair. Personally, I found from here on out, they're a little easier. You may have noticed when we rescued the hermit. We also got a couple more life bars. But let's stock up a little bit, use some of this money that I've been acquiring, and save. Notice the super suit has been sold out. So randomly, when you pull the shop down now, that all the stock is available, you'll see something sold out every time. You have to use up another shop call if you want to try to get it. But just a random little inconvenience they threw in there. Let's see if I get lucky, get a couple more hearts before I go in. What the? Despite appearances, don't underestimate me. My friend's at the bottom of the cliff, barely breathing. What? Joe, no! Now we have this little dust speck that is actually not really able to hurt me right now, but he's really hard to shoot. I keep shooting him until he finally grows a bit. Get the rhythm down. Start hitting him better. Oh, there. See, got a little bigger. Still not much of a threat. Shoot him more until he gets bigger again. Oop, there he goes. Ooh, now he's full size, and he's going to shoot these little guys at me now. They also will just jump in a pattern, so just keep shooting them. Refill a few healths. I think it's kind of annoying that those things, you can only hold 3, and they can only restore 1 single bar. Oop. And there he is, down on me. This guy is mean. Rally up with my... Oh, there we go. It's hard to hit him right at the exact spot. I don't think I have to hit him quite as many times, because I already hit him so many times when he's little. Shooting in the right direction always helps. Ooh, it's not looking good. Ooh, just in the nick of time, he's down. My second medal fills up my health bar, so that annoying BP thing can stop. Depleted my supplies a little bit, though. Ooh, look at this guy, carrying more bad guys around. This looks a little familiar here, doesn't it? Ah, no! Climb it yet again. And again. This area rewards klutziness. I love this, having that close to the screen. Back to the middle where I belong. Okay. Making my way back a little bit. And visit every route pretty much. Here's a cutscene, so we're gonna go see headquarters, where they're talking to Professor Plum. He doesn't know what this bomb is. What? He's already made it under hypnosis. Whoa. Alright, so now we know that things become a little more dire. Bomb has been built, so if I don't stop them now, the world will be destroyed. Not sure why this group of lawbreakers feels destroying the world is going to help them, since they live in the world too, but maybe we'll learn more. And we are basically right back at the beginning now. So I'll make my way along the bottom here. I believe I would have encountered character Michael here if I had come earlier, but alas. Okay, let's start exploring this little leg now. Or these bullets, but they look a little different this time. Why they move so slowly? All else fails. Use your body to pull them up, I guess. Nice short little scene, that one. And we have another dead end area here, so let's go and see what's going on up there. On this little island. They're kind of annoying because these platforms are a little too far to jump between, so you're going to land in the water each time. Didn't really want to use a dive suit, so just try to muddle through. Friend Mr. Bang is just not good at holding his breath. Little dunks are enough to cause him some grief. And here we have some sort of a temple thing. That piece of gold, I guess, is one instance where the Isenboshi or micropower could have been useful, but seems like a bit of a waste. You gotta get up there as well, which I'm actually not really inclined to use a jetpack or hyper boots to do. For one piece of gold. Oh, here we go. Michael, or Pitan in this version. So this is supposedly the second time we're meeting him, which is why he knows. Get the God Eye Jewel from the bottom of the lava. Treasure? This is not the same person that I was talking to. What's going on? Route 27. Okay, well, there's not much of a description there, but somehow he's made Bang suspicious. So, I could go down these wells, but I'm going to have to come and do that later, so not right now. There's another little edit area where I did actually go down there, and it was a waste of time at this point, so we'll just save it for when we need to. Supply a little bit. Another long scene here that looks like it's gonna be going through some water. Ooh. And a letter. Dengeki, which if you translate literally means hand paper. Uh-oh. Mary's been captured by Pandem. Ridiculous. She would never let herself fall into enemy hands. But it sounds like I should check that out and make sure everything's on the up and up. More gold down there, but I've already caught a lot of gold, so I don't really want to go swimming for it. And another different shape for these bullets. Getting all creative in the graphics. These ones look like little pine cones. Alright, another fork in the road. But let's carry down this really long route here. Back to the other side of the mountain. Finish up my exploration of this bottom area. More and more gold just lying about, but I'll take it. These guys are kind of irritating. At least they're productive. Conveniently skimming just above where my bullets go. Alright, let's see here. Route 28, an entirely water route, which runs right along the river. So I guess we're just gonna swim for a bit. His swimming style, if you didn't notice, isn't a crawl I'm used to. You just sort of walk through the water at decent speed with your gun above, and of course all these things skimming atop the water that do not actually hit my bullet range. Little random tower. Got a long scene at least. And remember, Route 22, we learned early on, is a useful place for us if we want to make lots of money. We got the gold shop here. And a message. Not really sure how useful that message is once the operation's finished. But here we go, the Gold Casino. So basically, I have to put all of the gold I have on hand up, and the price I get for it will be determined by which one of these mysterious boxes I choose. Am I going to get lots of money, or am I going to be selling it for peanuts? Fortunately, I don't have a ton of money right now, so I should be in good shape to at least make most of the money for the gold. Ooh, and look at that, I chose right. 1,000 times 88, so 88,000 gold. Which maxed me out, but only just barely, so I didn't lose too much. And now I can call the shop down and fill myself up with all kinds of goodies. As always, we want to make sure we stock up those shop calls, with some dive suits and food, gets drinks. Other than the super suit, actually, I can get it. Oh, and the rolling star, I can get everything. Expensive trip, but even after all that, I still have some gold left over. Or not gold, I guess money. Playing too much Drag Quest. I'm gonna make my way back to that river scene. There's one more thing I have to do there. Put on a dive suit and see what's down below this tower. Lo and behold, another governor. Killer Salmon. I think this one is actually known as Killer Shark in North America. And if you look at the name here, the katakana maybe is referencing Killer Shark, but it literally says salmon in the Japanese word for salmon, so I guess it could be either. I think Killer Salmon sounds more fun, though. So, this one's kind of annoying, sort of appears, throws these little fish at me. But isn't particularly well defended. Can kind of just hit him, her, whatever, a little more directly than... Oh, that's it. Done. Third medal. Alright, let's get out of here. Back here in Route 22. This time I don't actually need the gold casino, but I do need to make it to the other end. No gold. And apparently you actually also need to use a shop call. For some reason. I guess she likes to do some shopping. Doesn't want to schlep all the way to Route 5. Notice there's some repeated themes in some of these routes, but here we go. Okay. Getting close to the base of the mountain now, but another one of these weird jumps to get over. Get that sort of nuisance out of the way. This can only go down so far, but it's far enough to get me on that other platform. Or this crawling makes my thumb hurt. You know what I'm talking about? It kind of gets stuck. There we go. Keep going. Keep going. Oof. All the way to Route 23. So that little route by itself off to the left is the Hermit's Valley. So I've already been there. I'll be back again at some point. And my gold maxed out again, my money maxed out again in no time. Alright, what to do? Go up the mountain? No, let's just continue on the way. The logical, shortest path route to make sure I check out everything. These guys really suck in the water. Oof. Oh, and here we have another dead end. There's always something to explore at the dead ends. These guys come out of nowhere. Definitely one of the taller scenes. Up, down, turn around. Please don't let me hit the ground. And down again. Oh, what's going on down here? Joe! Remember Joe? He was lying barely breathing at the bottom of the cliff. Jesus beat him. Apparently he's super strong. Apparently I've got to get those medals. Everybody keeps telling me that. At least I got a few so far. What does he know? Oh, the medals are the key to stopping dead end. That makes sense. No need to go to base and just blow up with the bomb if I can't stop it. So now that I know why I need these medals, I'm gonna go and get them. But now I have to climb all the way back up because this is a dead end. Don't worry, Joe. I'll leave your dying body where it is. No need to call base or let anybody know where you are. It's all good. So if you noticed, they have some pretty funny assumptions about communication. He had a radio that they could contact him on vacation, but when he's on a mission, no radio. He's got to get these weird little helicopter-dropped letters and things to be contacted. No way for him to communicate out. No, I'm out of food. That cannot stand. See what else I can buy here. Only allowed to buy 3 of anything. Otherwise, according to the shopkeeper, I'm being greedy. But I am going to cut it here, and we can come back for part 2 on the second half of the game. I hope you've been enjoying this and maybe learned a little bit. I'll try to put some links in the video description to help navigate through this video if there's any particular area you want to see, and part 2 as well. But remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy this, and look forward to seeing you all on the second part. And remember to take a look at any of the other games I've done, and let me know if there's any others you'd like to see done. And we'll catch you next time.